Alright guys, we're back, loaded in, ready to go for our very next game of the evening. We're going to be watching a pretty interesting game, I think, here. We're going to have Freedom up against Draven. I mean, let's be honest, ZVZ with Freedom, I don't think there's any question that Freedom is going to be pretty favored on this one.
Indeed.
So, without further ado, we'll just jump right on in.
Oops.
So this is, of course, on Overgrowth, the map we love to love.
Yes, of course.
I
After,
kind of miss it.
yeah. Do you want to do the introductions?
Yes, absolutely. So up here in the top right position, League founder and Season 1 champion, as the Orange Zerg, it is Freedom. And his opponent in the bottom left, as the Pink Zerg, one of our occasional caster buddies and new to participating in the league, it is Draven.
It's Draven. That's one of the things he says in his League of Legends champion. Oh, sorry, the game that shall not be spoken of.
One of my favorite moments was I got a tour of Riot at one point.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I fanboyed there.
And Day 9 was there, and they had kind of a show match with some of our folks and some of the Riot employees, and had Day 9 commentate on it. Day 9 at this point having never before actually watched a game of League of Legends.
Wow.
It was one of the funniest things that
I
I've
can
ever
imagine.
heard. Talking about people shooting lasers out of their eyes.
Yeah, League of Legends is definitely a much different game than Starcraft. I have to say that.
It was pretty hilarious. Looks like both of our players are doing basically the exact same thing. Freedom being just a touch ahead in the supply count here.
Yeah, as I have 7 viewers in my stream. Yeah, and Draven goes for... Was that a pull first? Yeah, that was definitely a pull first.
Yep, both of them pull first.
Yep.
Again, really mirroring each other. Freedom just, being a little bit crisper, and so just having that little bit of a lead.
Yeah, Freedom is definitely a force to be reckoned with, ZVZ.
Yeah, Freedom, for those of you who don't realize, Freedom took a game off of Hendralisk in our show match series. So, definitely, not someone to take too lightly.
Both players... Oh, no. Draven has the earlier gas advantage going for that earlier speed and perhaps Baneling Nest.
Yeah,
That's
also,
Freedom's.
Has a additional ling on the map? Did Freedom lose one? I don't know, I would say 2 additional lings for Draven. Not that it'll
Maybe...
make terribly much of a difference. There's a queen out on the map, so...
Yeah, Draven's doing a little bit of poking at this natural expansion, and will kill Freedom's 2 lings.
I'm actually surprised Freedom bothered to fight that, though of course he did snipe a Overlord of Draven, so... It's probably a pretty reasonable trade to keep those lings distracted while his queen picks off an Overlord.
Yeah, Draven opting to just kind of attack the hatchery instead of going into the main and seeing if he could pick off a drone or 2.
Does get a drone in the worker line at the natural, though.
Yeah?
It does look like Freedom's going to get probably another Overlord with his queens. Which, this stage of the game, losing 2 Overlords like that is really costly.
Yeah.
Set him back pretty significantly.
Yeah, not only is that 200 minerals, that's 2 larvae. That's very precious, especially this early in a ZVZ.
Yep, and a fair amount of time that he's supply blocked, so he can't be building any
Yeah.
other units either. No drones, no nothing.
Exactly. These drones are gonna take a walk before making their respective buildings. Going for that wall. Freedom will be getting no scouting from this.
Both players
And
opting for roaches.
Yeah, no surprise here is EVZ. Roaches are an excellent unit.
Freedom, clearly, I think, planning to be a little bit greedier there. Gets his spine down for that little bit of extra defense. I think he knows that some aggression could be coming, and he wants to just play a little bit safer while he powers his economy.
Yeah, especially since he picked off those two overlords. Whenever you capitalize on your opponent's little mistakes, that just gives you an avenue to play even greedier without being punished.
Yep. Now, Draven does have his upgrades actually already underway. Freedom hasn't even started any yet.
Yeah, maybe he's going for like 1-1 timing.
Yeah, very possibly. You just, it's one of those things where you want to be super careful. You're getting in those big roach versus roach battles. I mean, this is bordering now on like a full half upgrade advantage. That can be pretty huge.
Yeah, exactly. Especially how snowbally roach versus roach battles can be, where you lose the first roach and that might spell the whole battle, really.
Yeah, I mean, that Freedom's finally started his 1-1, but Draven's are like 2/3 of the way done. That's a pretty reasonable chunk of time. That's a good minute and a half earlier that Draven will have his.
Indeed, and especially in a mirror matchup, very important.
Freedom is, of course, starting to produce roaches in reasonably large numbers. Draven has not done the same. Only actually has a single roach out, I believe.
Draven also has started his roach speed, and and another overlord, and even the second overlord being picked off of Draven too. Freedom is just punishing Draven for having his overlords anywhere but underneath his main base.
Wow, and Draven choosing to take his third at his gold.
You know, he's been supply blocked. He needs something to give that extra kick.
Is he gonna get? Oh, look at that! He got an overlord back of Freedom's.
This has been a overlord against overlord game. It's like chess. Constantly trading pawns being overlords. If only Magnus Carlsen played Starcraft. What race would he play?
That's a good question. Now, Freedom is pretty far ahead in supply right now. His roaches are across the map. And another overlord going down. Those poor overlords.
Ooh, did Freedom spot the gold? He did. He spotted the gold.
He did. He's choosing to ignore it. Well, he should pick off all three of these queens. Again, actually,
those are
is pretty big.
Yeah, halting the creep spread on those 3 full energy queens. Not only creep spread, but transfuses if need be, and etc. So now he can safely take out this gold, or he can walk by it too.
Freedom! What are you doing?
That's option B.
I mean,
Freedom,
I'm gonna choose...
He's not getting any younger.
I'm gonna assume at this point that Freedom is kind of playing with Draven a little bit.
Yeah. If you notice too, Draven has overlord speed, so no longer will his overlords get picked off.
Yeah, so Freedom's getting this infestation pit. I kind of expect we might see him go Swarm Host here, but he's also getting his Hydra Den, so I don't know. It's a tough call.
He might just be getting that for his hive for 3/3.
Yeah. Yep, I think that's a reasonable call here. He's just going to go for a big Roach Hydra army.
Yep.
And I mean, he's up 40 supply, so other than the fact that his upgrades are behind... yep, there's his Grieved Spines upgrade. He's in pretty reasonable shape. Though, man, that gold base, I can't believe he just left that alone.
Yeah, didn't even try to poke it out or anything.
Freedom also doing his trademark maneuver and stopping drone production largely in the 50s. He is getting a couple
If
more, but I bet he's going to morph all of those into buildings, and he's going to stay at about 50-some drones.
Oh, Freedom's now up to 64. Or are you saying Draven usually stays at 50
No,
drones?
Freedom will probably gonna morph a whole bunch of those into random buildings. Just trust me.
Okay.
It's something. Well, unless
Even though
maybe he's learned. I give him a lot of crap over this because he does this like almost every game where he like massively undergrounds.
also if the income tab is really balanced, maybe a small edge for Freedom, even though Draven has this gold base, but as more workers head to that gold base, I expect the income tab to even out largely as Freedom's coming out to attack here with this Roach Hydra force, and Draven can't really hold it off. He doesn't have enough. Especially he doesn't have Hydras, and he has a vastly inferior Roach army as well.
Yeah, he's got
So
the
this
upgrade
is
advantage for a couple more seconds.
cool. He is
There it
coming
is.
from the back though. Yep, that's the GG.
Yeah, and Freedom, there's just no way he was gonna lose that battle. He just had way more stuff.
Yeah. I'm surprised Draven went down that quickly. It was the Overlords really that were the X factor though.
Yeah, he just didn't have the ability to produce the units that he needed, and in the end it snowballed and cost him the game. So alright guys, bear with us a couple more minutes as we get set up for our next game of the evening.